Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
We got Lionel in the house. The man. What's up, man?
What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? What's up? Shout out to everybody, man.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's going on, my guy?
Man, I've been thinking about hitting you up for like the hottest minute, but then I was like, nah, he won't come over to this channel.
Come on, man.
But
I be seeing you on my timeline, man. You be doing numbers, man. Shout out to you and your channel, bro.
I appreciate it, my brother. Thank you so much. And also, great job on all the interviews that you've gotten so far. I mean, it's been insane because, like, literally today I was like, what? I almost swerved off the damn road. As soon as I saw, I was like, no, what is going on here? So real quick, so everybody knows who you are, can you let them know a little bit about you, your origin story and about your show?
I'll make it really brief, man. I don't really want to make it so much about me. It's more about, the Diddy victim that we talked about. But I'm Lionel B from the Lionel B Show. Some of you guys may have got a chance to tune into some of my videos, maybe even before Diddy. I was one of the original people that was talking about Nipsey Hussle, a few years back, man. So I'm always trying to, give you guys the best content out there. You know what I'm saying? We don't always, right? But, we try our best as YouTubers, man.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? And it's always nice when YouTube kind of other collaborators come together and chop it up. So I appreciate you just coming in here so impromptu because I wanted to reach out to you, but I just didn't, you know how it is. We are all so busy with our own respective things. But let me ask you this, because I know you've been having a lot of interviews as of late with, not only just Adria, but then, of course, just you've had a lot of people coming forward and speaking out. This one in particular is very shocking. This Jane Doe. How did this happen, if you mind me asking?
All right. So just to answer that particular question, actually, Adria was already telling her story initially.
Right.
So if you look at a lot of the previous interviews with Adria, she talks about J-Lo, the things she was doing to this particular girl. So she was already telling her story. She was already telling Misha's story already. So honestly, Misha kind of got offended because she's like, you're telling my story right now, so
no doubt.
That's another thing we gotta, kind of iron out. But actually Adria brought Misha over to me.
That's what's up. Okay. So it was a family affair. Long story short, it takes a village to bring everybody together. So I do understand that. So let me then ask you this. Okay. Because, it is what she says in the interviews or in that interview is, and I know there's a part 2 coming and everything, but she does say a lot of things that are, well, one, it's mind blowing. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it almost seems stranger than fiction, but there are some things that seem to be inconsistent in a way. Does she explain a little bit in part 2? So with these inconsistencies?
She does. Well, she goes more into depth about some of the things that happen. Like I didn't want to make it a full hour-long video because it's just a lot to digest. And a lot of people said that, the first time I interviewed Adria, they're like, oh my God, like this is a lot. So I was like, okay, let me break it down, allow people to digest it, because honestly, this is the first time I ever interviewed somebody to where I was actually almost in tears. Like I had to digest everything she was telling me. Right. I'm going to get to the dates and all of that. But also I had an issue when I first did the interview where I had to interview her twice because something was going on with my system. And everything she said was verbatim the same way. She didn't change not one thing. She didn't change not one, not one title. Like,
wow.
The lady's not lying. I believe her. I wouldn't put somebody on here. I'm like, this lady cap is shit,
Right.
Excuse my language. But
you're good.
She really went through a lot, man. And there's a lot that she didn't even talk about. Like there's stories she told me that we're not even gonna put on the internet because it's just too much for people to handle. Like it's already a lot, but it's so many more people involved, bro.
Yeah, she did speak on certain things. Of course, I highly recommend everybody going and checking out the video yourselves. But I can see why some people, even myself, were taken a little bit aback. And and like I said, with all due respect, the interview is very telling. A lot of it is, mind blowing. But then there's these like I said, these dates that seem to just not link together. Like, for example, Adria English in one of your interviews with her, and she said this on like Sean Atwood and other interviews as well. She talks about this person, Jane Doe, when she was 11 years old. Right. She talks about this particular photo right here, or these photos being taken when she was about 11 years old. She was 11 years old when that whole thing went down. Then also the sushi stuff, right? Saying that she was 14 at that time, right? Then we hear from Jane Doe, Misha. It's Misha, right? Mm-hmm. So we hear from Misha herself, and we hear a completely different age. So, and then of course, let's not forget the lawsuit that was filed. She's 17, she claims, in this lawsuit. Correct. So I think that's one of the reasons, because there are a couple inconsistencies and some things some red flags I can see people potentially seeing fly up during the interview that I think, people are asking about. Right. You know what I'm saying?
I'll address that. So
yeah.
When she first got there, when she took those pictures in the D&G t-shirt, from my understanding, she was 11 years old, right?
Right.
When she was actually on the table with the food on her, she said she was 13, turning 14 years old. The reason why the lawsuit is indicating that she was 17 years old, because she was told by people to lie about her age. Now, even Adria told her, do they know that you're this age? She was like, oh, no, just tell them that you're 17. Even though 17, you're still considered a minor. She started actually lying about her age for the longest time while she was with Diddy for so many years.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's kind of like everywhere. And I even looked it up myself. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, it said she was 17.
Absolutely.
Straight up, she was lying about her age. Even when she got, taken to the police department, she was very nervous. Mind you, this is a child. So she's lying. I guess she's thinking she's going to get in trouble or whatever. So she's like telling them I'm Mexican, like all this different stuff, because she was really in fear for her life. Interesting.
So let's talk about the snake. Let's talk about the snake oil or the snake venom or something like that. The blink twice stuff. The blink twice. The blink. Yeah, go ahead.
I have an answer for that. Again, a lot of people have been commenting like, that sounds like blink twice. She even told me before, mind you, I've never seen the movie. She even told me that was a story that they actually got from her. Now, mind you, with the police departments, they all have her information. They all have her testimony and her police reports telling them exactly what happened.
Yeah,
while she was with Diddy. So some people from Hollywood got some information from her, and that's how Blink Twice came about.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's wild. And if you haven't seen the movie yet, go see it.
Hey, I'm renting it tonight, bro. I told the wife, I said, yeah, we gotta check this out.
No doubt, you better watch that, man, because that movie crazy. And yes, the snake venom definitely a big factor in there. I mean, not sorry, spoiler alert, but still, it is interesting to see that. I mean, what she says in here. I mean, she's dropping Bill Cosby's name. She's dropping SZA's name. I mean, there's new names in here that we haven't heard. We've been hearing the Ashton Kutchers and the Kevin Harts and the Leonardo DiCaprios, but now we're hearing the SZA stuff. So she grew up with SZA.
Yeah, she went to school with her.
But didn't SZA come? Isn't SZA from St. Louis? Something like that.
I would have to.
Okay. No. It's all good. I'm just curious.
The yearbook photos and all that, and that's watch my video. She also said she's looking for that particular yearbook so she can make sure her ducks are in a row. Because of course everybody thinks she's crazy because she has so much information that people have never heard of.
No, I get it, and the stuff that she's saying, ain't nobody ever heard of. I mean, it's wild what she's saying. The people, the J-Lo, the other names that she's dropping in there is absolutely insane. The other
about to even like share her story, like she called me initially and she was very, very reluctant. So she ain't looking for clout, she ain't looking for money, man. She really wants her justice. So
no, I get that. I mean, because I thought that she said that she was being paid on a retainer, like a monthly retainer. Yeah.
No, so what happened was I guess someone wrote her a check for $75,000, but she was advised to, never actually cash the check because it was, I guess, some type of way would implicate her. Forgive me if I don't know like that full part, but she did say there was a $75,000 check that was sent to her by somebody from his team, and she never actually cashed that.
Ah, I see. Okay. Because, man, I got. I mean, part one was wild. I will say that respectfully. I mean, of course.
Then part two is, guys, be ready. I'm just gonna say that.
Man,
part two is something else, man. Like it's gonna have you. It's gonna take you there for sure.
Oh man. I mean, is there anything that I'm missing here that I'm forgetting? About part one that maybe you just want to address? You know what I mean? Maybe there's an ongoing question. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know a lot of people are asking about Mr. Williams. To my understanding, I believe Mr. Williams was the guy that actually saved her and took her to the police department. I believe. I have to double check with her just to make sure. I don't want to speak for her and like have my facts wrong. But yeah, it was a lot, man. Like I even rewatched the interview a lot because I'm like, man, like, and every time I watch it, it's just it gets you emotional. You know what I'm saying? And not too many things make me emotional, bro. So
the only real reason why she really stepped out now is showing her face and getting out from behind Jane Doe is because of what Adria said in these past interviews.
I think that could be part of it. I think another part was, I guess she saw this Mr. Williams guy on TV, and he was saying, if you have a story, come out with your story, and you have pretty much a limited amount of time to be able to actually get justice. So I think that was another motivating factor as well.
Okay.
Yeah. But another thing, things Adria say, like that's the homie, but at the same time, this is Misha's story. So if somebody retelling your story, they may not have everything absolutely accurate. So I don't want people to be like, well, damn, well, Adria said this, but me, this is Misha's story. Misha lived it. Adria didn't live it. Now, Adria was a part. She was around for some of the things that Misha went through, as well as Allie Carter. So I just found that out. She was with Allie Carter as well. So Misha was going through the same things that Allie Carter went through. But this is Misha's story, man. It's compelling.
That's what's up. Any other people coming forward to you?
Yeah, I got quite a few. Not too many on the accuser side. I done probably interviewed all of them, but not too many, man. I'm just, I just discovered Misha, and her story is like the most heartfelt one, man. Like she was really like living that stuff. She wasn't just at a Diddy party. She wasn't, for lack of a better term, she wasn't like paid to do these things. She was actually kind of in prison. I mean, that's really what she was. Not kind of, like she was imprisoned by this guy. And she talked about, we didn't say this on the interview, but she talked about how he groomed her, how he would kind of pretend I was his girl, but when Kim came around or J-Lo was around, like, he kind of like pushed her to the side. Like that was his like little plaything.
Yeah.
It goes deep, man. It's a lot.
No, yeah, it sounds insane, man. And absolutely, it's heartbreaking, especially what she says. It goes beyond just being flown out on a private jet, and then of course going into Daddy House, Diddy's recording house, and then getting viciously attacked by not only just him and Harvey Pierre, but also getting attacked by a white man with a pointy nose. I guess that's what she said as well. I mean, there's, like I said, it's more than just that. It goes on where she's like in cages and being basically tortured and stuff. I mean, it's insane and heartbreaking to hear in this interview. And that's just part one, dude. What?
Part two. I'm gonna give you guys like a little sneak peek. Part two, she talks about this is
you got it.
Part two, she talks about lines of men, like her and Adria, like, and she just the way she describes it, it was like the most horrible thing I ever heard. How they were intoxicated, they were under the influence. We'll use better words on here. They were under the influence, and there was just a line of men, and the type of diseases they came in contact with. And
oh my God,
celebrities like hiding their faces because they want to make sure they were fully out of it and not be implicated. It's a lot, man. Like, you guys make sure you watch. If you haven't watched part one, watch part one and part two. Part two we'll probably have that out in the next day or so. I'm gonna
That's
give
what's
you
up.
guys time to digest this one because I know it's a lot.
Yeah, you know, the internet is going to be losing their minds off of that interview, and they are a lot of people like myself. We're all talking about it. You know what I mean? You did put up a don't show it out.
Yeah, man.
I'll
People be
slap
stealing
you.
my videos, bro. I don't mind
I
people
get
doing
it.
like little small tidbits, but like people be taking my whole video, dude. It's like,
So,
come on.
so I'll be okay if I pull up a little video from it. I won't. You won't slap
Look,
me upside the head.
I got respect for you, so yeah, you got my permission,
Yes.
man.
Awesome. Okay, great. Because I do want to share a little bit of it with the fam because it is
Sure.
mind blowing.
Yeah.
The information that she does say, and this is the other thing. Does she know if she was being filmed or anything? Is there, did they blackmail her with video and saying that we'll expose you, that kind of thing?
She wasn't so much worried about being exposed, and she mentioned that she saw a lot of filming taking place, and also she was actually made to be like the person to really set up a lot of these celebrities. Like she would tell me, he would tell her to go do weird things to celebrities, and oh, we're gonna set this person up, we're gonna set that person up. Some things will never make it to the internet because it implicates some really powerful, high-profile people. And I'll just say that. I think Adrian said a lot, but yeah, some crazy stories, bro. And I'm just like, nah, we can't post that.
Yeah. Oh man,
true, bro. We cannot do that.
Man, I'm looking forward to hearing the rest of the interview, for sure. Because I mean, you've been doing the damn work. So I of course, and I don't know how far you were watching the show, but I do want to say, like, you've been putting out some really, really great content, and the interviews have been just fire. So, I commend you for that. A lot of people wanting to know where they can watch the show, like Melissa just asked. So this is a shameless plug for you. Speak on it, bro.
Of course, man. All you gotta type in is the Lionel B show or Lionel B, and it should pop up, man. You'll see my little character with the big head and the glasses, man. That's me. So just click on that. It should be the last video I uploaded.
There you go. Definitely go check out his work. He does really great work. Lionel B show, LIONELB show. All right, go check him out.
And you're more than welcome, bro. We're gonna probably do a part 3. So if you want to pop on and ask her questions, you know what I'm saying, bro, you're more than welcome to, man. I'm sure.
Wow. Oh snap! I would be.
I'll give you that exclusive.
That means the world to me. Hell yeah, I want to ask some questions, man. What the hell? Don't ask. Just say when, bro. You know for a fact I'd be there. I'd be there in a heartbeat. That's very kind of you, man. Thank you. See, I love when collaborators, when content creators are nice to each other. It doesn't have to be. We can all eat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's plenty of room on the table.
So man, I was like, what is this? Like, oh, hold on. And it was just, man, like, I really believe in her story. And it was like, I don't want the wrong narrative out there. You know what I'm saying? And
of course,
I was like, man, I got to give him the right information because I know it sounds kind of crazy. If you're just watching the video and you don't know the full backstory, but you got to think about it too. The lady is traumatized, so she's saying stuff as it comes to her mind. Like she said, even talking to me, she's starting to remember because think about it, bro. She was whacked out of her mind the whole time. Diddy had her on all this stuff, and she was, her wheels are churning. Like she's just now remembering. Like, damn, okay, yeah, oh yeah, and this happened. I'm like, dang, So that's it, bro. That's it.
No, and I get it because I mean, obviously, when it comes to sitting down with somebody, and when you're just basically pouring your heart out, there's going to be certain things you're going to be like, oh my God, and then this happened. Oh my God, certain things will come back that you may have forgotten over the past couple years, or or whatever.
Yeah.
So it is pretty wild. Now, the one last question. I'm sorry,
right.
But again, thank you so much, and we all appreciate you blessing us with your time. But I am curious about this one thing, though. She's not represented she has no legal representation right now, correct?
Not currently. And actually, I'm working on getting her some actual attorneys. So tomorrow, we're hitting the ground running, trying to find her some attorneys. I got even people from my family are looking out for attorneys for her.
So why is it that why doesn't she have legal representation anymore?
I think something happened in terms of with her whole age thing, man, like there was kind of, you know, they didn't really understand the age aspect. That's as far as the information I got from her. They were worrying about the age. Like some people thought she was just out of her mind. Like some attorney was just like, what, you know? So,
Yep.
and it's a lot. It's a lot, man. But she's tried to tell her story several times. But I do have a lot of high profile attorneys. So I'm going to make sure we get her with somebody.
That's dope. That's dope. And you know, honestly, let me know if you need a hand, because I do know some strong, powerful,
Okay.
real talk, some good lawyers as well. So it takes a village, right? And and if we want justice, and we want justice served the right way, sometimes we all gotta get our hands dirty, get our hands in there and just put in the work. So again, Lionel, I appreciate you coming in here and chopping it up with me. Part 3.
Yes,
just
sir.
holla at your boy, say less. I'm there. All right.
Yes, sir.
I'd be honored. Okay.
Right.
Much love to you, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
Anytime.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.